Sports betting brother, and hey, bring it up, and thanks for stopping by. My name is Boyd, I'm a sports betting market analyst with OddsJam.com. We teach you how to bet like a pro. Today's topic is, what are the top 10 reasons, what are the top 10 lessons that sports bettors, especially beginning and struggling, have learned, why they're losing, why things aren't going their direction. Well, I've been there, done that. I've been doing this almost 30 years, and I can speak to all of them. I also have the solutions and the answers to these, so I'm going to share that with you. So if you're in that situation, you can turn it around and start to profit. Let's take a look. All right, guys, here's the top 10 reasons why sports bettors struggle. Maybe it's in the beginning. Maybe they've been doing it for years and years, and they just continue to make the same mistake. But here's the top 10. I got this information from Sports Handle. Sports Handle has a lot of data, a lot of good insights, a lot of reports, a lot of market reports in the sports betting world. So here we go. Number 10, tilting, chasing, losing. And chasing is something that we'll talk about. So that's number 10. Managing your sports brain. That's number 9. Chasing steam. Okay. Next up is over-unders. They don't understand the concepts or not really understanding maybe some key numbers there. We'll talk about that. Predominantly betting favorites and overs. Kind of a public tradition. Betting while intoxicated. Done that. Not line shopping. Bankroll management overall. So that's when you win 5 and lose 1 and you still lost money. Getting carried away, seeking higher payouts from parlays. Again, I would say parlays are not a bad thing if you know what you're doing, you know how to get a positive EV out of that. And the last one is just betting with your heart, not your head. So I'm going to address those backwards and come back with kind of the solutions to each one of those 10. And let's take a look. All right, so here we go in order. The last one, number 10, is tilting or chasing. And this is something that's just self-discipline. There's really nothing you can do about that, and it's all up to you. There's going to be some other things coming up here that the tools of OddsJam are going to help you with these other issues. But number 10 is just simply on you. If you're going to be chasing, we can't not make you press the buttons to place that bet. All right, number 9 was managing your sports brain. I think what they're talking about there is all the fallacies, all the gambling fallacies, the media fallacies that, people put their wagers into, and they'll see or hear a stat on something about somebody, and they'll actually put a lot of money into a particular wager for that reason, which has nothing to do with the outcome of the actual bet. So again, OddsJam has the tools and all the data that can support what's going on in the markets and not necessarily what you might hear in the media, and really skews people to not use their brain truly in that sense to make money. So number 8 was chasing steam. Now, chasing steam is when you're essentially following maybe a syndicate or some very, very good sports bettors that profit consistently. And the positive of that is if you're on the same side, on the same line, the same odds, you maybe have some value there. But the problem is people might miss the fact that the value sucked out of the market by the time they make a move, as the odds makers change the line, change the odds. And at that point, if you follow it up, you may have lost all that value and lost all the edge. So truth be told, you might be better off to be on the opposite side. So that's a big challenge for people when they, randomly, blindly do that. They're not sure what the line history is. And we'll show you, again, OddsJam can actually remedy that for you. So you can see here's sort of the line history. And you can look back when the line opened up. Maybe it was an overnight line, and you can see the timeline, the progression. And certainly in college basketball, sometimes you see a total move 4, 5, 6 points. Sometimes the line itself will move 2, 3, 4 points. So again, if you've noticed in the line history that that's a situation or an indicator that maybe the value is gone, that's probably an indicator that maybe a syndicate jumped on it, and the value could be all out. So I definitely avoid, if you miss it, let it go. There'll be more bets to come. All right, number 7 is over-under, and I guess I'm not totally understanding what they mean by that, other than the fact that I guess people don't understand truly just a simple concept if the game's going to go over or under, and there's certainly some key numbers in certain situations. Also, the posting of the lines and also the line history sort of can tell you a story of what's anticipated in the market. So I guess it's just an understanding of what a total is. Not hard, not difficult. We talk about that all the time in the bet school. All right, number 6 is definitely betting overs and favorites. That's one of the fallacies, public sports bettors, and I think the odds makers know that. They know when they're going to have a particular amount of handle coming in on games, and certainly the premier teams, the teams that the media is pushing, things like that. They know they've got an extra cushion there that they can plant into that. And of course, when you're using the tools at OddsJam, the market data insightful tools, it's going to help you, separate that out and find the value in when you take overs and when you take favorites, and contrarily when you can use that momentum against the other side and come up with the underdogs and the unders and the total side of things. So again, that's just a fallacy, a gambling fallacy that's known all across the board. The public does, and it's something you can combat by understanding how the markets work. All right, number 5, betting while intoxicated. Done it. I think it lowers the inhibitions and causes you to maybe make choices you certainly wouldn't do, and that's across the board, not just in sports betting. But again, back on you. A lot of these things that are going to be top 10 are education and tools, and then the other pieces are just self-discipline and understanding how to bankroll management. So it's all going to be part of this ingredient soup that we put together to make sports betting profitable. All right, number 4, not line shopping. And I think for years and years and years, I had no clue that line shopping was so critical. And I think my concern and my thought process was just win the bet, win the wager, understand how to win. But little did I know, so many bets came into the last half point, the hook, just missed a total, whatever the case, and was really not in tune to what worked, which as far as, data shopping and line shopping and all that information that helps you really critically to profit. And so this is why you want to have as many sports books as you can, to have as many price points as you can to compare shopping and to get the best value. That's really where it's done and how it's done. So it's all value. Number 3, bankroll management. I can't tell you how many times I've heard a person say, wow, I went 5-2 and still lost money. It's like, holy crap, how dumb are you? And one of the solutions is Kelly criterion. If you're using the Kelly criterion to manage the risk, to manage some of the exposure while you're getting your positive EV bets put together, I think that's definitely the way to go. It's definitely the route that can really increase your bankroll, protect you from some of the fallout you might make if you are not using some strategy there. So again, bankroll management is huge. You need to understand and identify the value, understand the opportunities, and sort of manage that risk as you're doing your trading. All right, number 2 is getting carried away with exotic bets, different parlays, things like that. And I'm not saying at all that parlays aren't profitable. They can be, they will be, and especially by using the tools at OddsJam to help you find the positive edges to put together some of those prize picks, DFS site type platforms, and other ways to put parlays together. There's no doubt they're profitable. However, people get out of that mode of risk management, bankroll management, and sort of start to get into some Hail Marys to try to catch up some losses. That's usually where a lot of the problems happen. So if you don't have this as part of your heuristics and part of your discipline and your betting plan, then you are going to have some issues with this as number 2. All right, the number 1 reason why people lose is, of course, they're betting with their heart and not their head. That's really part of the problem here is everyone just doesn't know what they don't know. And if you don't understand or don't have a following of the concepts of the markets and the betting tools and all the education and the bankroll management, all that stuff is not your fault if you don't know. Now, if you do know it and you're not doing it, that's your fault. But all these things and all these tips can all be solved using all the OddsJam education, the tools, the resources, everything that OddsJam has. This is putting all that to bed so you have a profitable week, profitable month, profitable season. And again, I welcome you to take advantage of that and get signed up at OddsJam. You'll wish you'd have done it years ago. All right, guys, there you go. There's the top 10 reasons why beginner and struggling sports bettors don't profit. I've been there, done that on all of them. And I can't emphasize enough the education, the data-driven tools, the betting market education, the plan, the betting plan you'll have, using all the OddsJam information to your advantage to profit over and over again in every sport, every month, every season. So once you get involved, use BOYD20. BOYD20 is going to save you 20% off your first 2 months at OddsJam. And if you have any questions or have any other content you want me to cover here at Bet School, let me know down below. And as always, let's go make some mathematical money.